Hey everybody, it is that time of the week again for another plan with me for Unravel and Unwind. Thank you very much to all of our patrons for your continued support during this very strange time. Today is going to be a little bit different because I'm not actually making anything today for my diary. I just thought, let's chill out, have a look-see. I've had this diary since June, so that's all of June, July, August, so 3 months. It's proper lived in now, so I thought I would have what we call a flip through just to show you my diary in action. So here we go. Right now, when I started, I put this little front page on, just thinking, okay, it's a nice front page, whatever. But I'm I don't know, if I'm honest, I'm getting a little tired of looking at it, and my little reinforcements that I made for it have fallen off. So I spend a lot of time flicking these around and getting them, like putting them back in the hole, trying to burnish them down and stick them down. And I don't know, it's just kind of annoying me now. Um, I suppose it would have been a thing where I could have put like 2020 here or something, and that maybe, I will change that year on year, but yeah, I'm getting a little tired of it. I don't know. What I do, anyway, is because it's a binder and I can just change the order of these pages, um, I would normally take, say, this says July, that says August. I would have taken these out and put them at the back. Sorry, I'm skipping ahead now, aren't I? Here we go. I'd put them there at the back, ready for next year. But I haven't done it lately. I've been a little bit, I don't know, lax with it, I guess. But I'm loving these little tiny smiley face clips, because what they allow me to do is make it quick to sort of flip to the most relevant pages in this diary. And at the moment, for the monthly spread, that means September. This is my September monthly spread. It's printed out from just a template, and I've shown you that template, I think, before. And what I did was, if you remember, I used the Post-it notes to mask the areas off, and then I would sponge on some distress ink. So September's was meant to be quite autumnal, but it's very fiery, this one. There's a lot of red. There's like a brick red, and in fact, I've still got the inks out. It's got this fired brick and mustard seed, and they blend together quite nicely to make a nice orange. So that's kind of what I did for that. I don't have a lot going on. Lockdown's still happening. I didn't write anybody's first day of school down or anything like that. It's looking pretty bleak, isn't it? I suppose I could use that for some kind of stats, but as it happens, forward planning just doesn't contain anything. I'm still kind of just staying at home. Um, and beyond that, each of the monthly dividers you've seen, I've used a paper pack for all of them, so they all kind of coordinate and go together. But when the month is actually, in progress, you don't really see that very much. So I don't know how smart that was to actually make that. Except for the fact that I am supposed to be putting birthdays here, and I keep forgetting to do the rest of them. I did one to show you in August. There's a video on that. And I did not go and make the other 11. However, I have cut out the paper for it, so I am ready to go next time I get the urge to stamp. So, it's happening. It's coming. But I've got October here on its way. I'm not sure if I did November, did I? I did not do November yet, so maybe we'll find a different thing to do for that. And December, again, nothing yet. So I've got that. This is the beginning of the next section of my diary. That was the months. This is a cute little freebie that I got with some of my stickers. It just says good morning, and it says but first coffee, and it's just very me. And on the back as well, inclusive, right? Nice. I like that. This one looks more like me, so I keep that one on the outside. And that's just a divider to say the months are over. This is what I do now. I have a general schedule that I haven't been sticking to. I've got to be honest. I've got so much stuff I should be doing. I've just let it all go by the wayside. And I think it's kind of opposite to the way everybody else has been during this time. When I first started on lockdown, I said, I'm scheduling this. I'm going to do things. I'm going to fill my time. And then I kind of didn't. And a lot of people were starting out their lockdown being bored and sitting around and taking a well-earned rest, which I respect. And then they got around to the planning. Then they said, okay, let's set some goals. Let's make this time productive. I've got a lot of things I've been neglecting. My Monday I've pretty much stuck with. I have finished one of my e-learning courses, but I have yet to start the next one. And that one is a course on audiobooks. So I really would like to get back into that. Wednesday, my crochet group is back on. So I'm allowed to go and spend some time at the tennis club with my crochet ladies, which is fantastic. Book research that tends to take place down here where we're at right now. And I haven't taken any time whatsoever for voiceover practice, and I think that's quite sad. And I mean, I've had a really good excuse, though, to be fair. Okay, I had the COVID, my voice was not back to normal. It still kind of isn't. I'm just it's going to take work to get it back to where it was, and whatever vocal exercises I need to do, I really just need to get on that. My breathing isn't quite back yet, but it's getting there. So I think the best thing to do probably is to get in front of the microphone and just do it. Thursdays, yeah, same, just 2 Zooms, one for Unravel and Unwind Facebook and one for the Patreon. And Friday, again, Zoom at Rainbow Valley in the morning. I'm supposed to do some voiceover in the afternoon, and then we've got our lovely evening, 7 to 9, Friday night. I love the Friday night Zoom. It's supposed to be a bit of a cocktail party. If you've never been to the Friday night Zoom, please come to the Friday night Zoom. It would be great to have you. And, you never know, I might torture you with some weird things I've learned during lockdown. Or we might play a spirited game of Name That Tune. Anyway, these flip-throughs tend to be a bit like a little chat and a little catch-up, so I really enjoy doing them. Maybe I'll do it more often. Anyway, this is the sticker pocket that I made in a previous video again. At the moment, it's just got the sort of half-used bits in it, but because I've been making my date covers. So I've actually got them over here in a big packet, which I will then take out when I plan to use them and put them in there. But for now, that's my sticker pocket. I've got a couple of these big water trackers left over, so I can use those. It's exciting. I get excited over silly things. If you get excited over paper, you are in the right place. This was the habit tracker that I made in another video, and this was for August or July. I think it was July, this. It's old, but I wanted to show it to you filled in, because that's what the tracker looks like at the end when it's been used. I kind of forgot to write anything down for the last couple of days of the tracker, and when I went back, I couldn't really remember what I'd done. I've still got another lovely rainbowed bit of paper here, so I'm probably going to use that before I remove it from the diary. I've got my spacing guide, which has just numbered the cells on my dot grid paper so that I know what kind of graphs I can fit on the page, which you've also seen because I made all of these sort of ink blotty things at the same time. And again, something to go on the back of this. Now, I don't want to waste paper. At the same time, if there's two kinds of things, like each of these pieces of paper are different. Now, this one contains what I would call a consumable. It's something you use and then you either archive it or you chuck it. So on this one, on the back of this one, I would want to put something that I wouldn't feel too bad about throwing away later. So maybe another monthly habit tracker or something like that. And then I can just chuck that away. This one, however, I'm going to keep. So what I might do is, first of all, I'll put some reinforcements on it so that it doesn't get weakened. And I will, when I come upon something else that I'd like to keep in here long term, then I'll put it on this side so that I get to keep the paper and I've got fewer items in my diary. This section is my travel journal section, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 travel journals in here. This is where it gets interesting. The first travel journal I call Weeks, and that one has my weekly spreads in it. So this book is actually getting kind of full. But anyway, that's where I put all my day-to-days and my water trackers. And I keep the current week open with one of these little wire clips. So if I want to open to today, I flick this one. If I want to open to this month, I flick this one. So I've got a monthly bookmark and a weekly bookmark. Now this is just a really awkward time right now where the book is actually at its middle point, but normally the other reason that you would hold the pages together like this is so that it stays inside its little binder clip. So that's the first travel notebook I've got. Haven't even decorated it yet. There's some really cool things you can do. I've been looking at Pinterest and all that, and there's such a thing as a travel journal dashboard, and I think it's basically a really nice thick cover stock that is double this size that you fold in half and sort of wrap around the journal. And I'm pretty sure the other thing it does is it bulks up this little space here between the holder and the actual spine of the notebook, so it doesn't really slide around too much. So I might make a week's dashboard. I don't know. I think this diary is a bit bulky as it is, so I don't really fancy bulking it up too much more. This is my budget book. It is an actual grid-lined book, and I haven't done anything with it. It's probably a sign that I don't need one, but maybe it's just a sign that I haven't been looking. So yeah, I really need to start a budget book, so I'll show you how I do that in a new video in the near future. And then this book here is where I have been taking notes and things like that. It says write on it, and I've been taking notes in here about all kinds of stuff. When I get an idea for a joke or something for a book, or any kind of creative idea, I will write it in here. And that's what the lined traveler's notebook is for. And I do need that. I really do. I need that. That's where my thoughts get dumped. So yeah, I need that. And this one is draw, and that's where I sketch my ideas. This was my first sketch for the Climbing Rose Cal tracker. This was another idea that I had for another tracker. So I've been using that to sketch in if I need to make any kind of sketches. So I love to have it all in one place. Eventually, the sketches will be turned into designs that will end up in my design book, which is a completely separate item. It's an 8x8 or 9x9 even. No, it's pretty big though. Square, it's a gridded paper notebook. And when I do a crochet pattern or something like that, it'll all go in the design book rather than in the diary. Whip lists you've seen, right? This is where I keep my lists and trackers in general. That other one is just an anomaly. Whip lists, you've seen it before. It's only written down. This down here, that's my tracker for my wingspan shawl that I'm making, and I am going great guns with that, as you can see. When I did the video for the Climbing Rose Cow tracker, I started this tracker, and I've done so much of the wingspan shawl, which is good because I'm pretty sure I want to make another one already. Crazy, I know, but that's me for you. But this is my whip list, and I've worked on a few things. I've got a few as well that I just haven't. You see, this is the box that I tick when I have worked on something. And oh, Climbing Rose, I can actually tick another box because I started on the second part of it. So that's going to get a slash. But I haven't worked on my 10-stitch Tunisian blanket. I haven't worked on my cardigan. I haven't worked on my knitted socks 2 at a time. And, oh, now wingspan knitted wrap I have indeed worked on. So there it goes. Clarence the Armadillo is finished, and I did start work on the Kraken hat. However, I can't find it. I am now in avalanche mode, and I need to tidy up. I really do. Because I can't find stuff, and when I can't find stuff, you know it's bad. Stash Buster list, currently up to date. I haven't worked on any of them, which is, well, I'm just too busy lately. I've had a lot of paid work, and it was really all-consuming paid work, and then I just switched to the knitting. So crochet has been kind of on the back burner, although I can't wait to start a new mini cal coming soon. Hooray! I'm sure there's posts about that somewhere on our Patreon feed if you have a look. This is the Climbing Rose Cow tracker, and as you can see, I started to color in some of the roses on it. It's not as visually striking to complete as I was hoping. I think I shouldn't have made such a dark trellis because it's not great. I'm a little disappointed, actually. But, you know, we are our greatest critics, so that's a thing. And this Wanna Make list has been updated. The Twisted Kraken hat, I have the yarn, I have the pattern. It's now in my whip list, so it's in progress. There's a cardigan I want to make that I don't have the yarn for. Kaleidoscope Cow, I mean, I love it. It's beautiful, but I haven't got the resources at the moment to start a new thing. So that's not going to be started anytime soon. Done the Clarence. That's done. I've got another jumper downloaded. That's not going to happen anytime soon either. Honestly, like it's all going. Design ideas. So I've got some of those on the go. This one, the last one I've actually done, and this was just a sketch of an art thing I want to do with some ink. Oh dear, we've got sneezing going on in the next room. Goodness me. Well, hey, at least it's not COVID, right? Plan with me videos. That's my list of plan with me videos. And look right here, it says flip through. We're doing it now. So I guess I can cross that one out and maybe plan some more. So that's good. Let's see. Meta to do. I just took some scrap that I was using to mask off when I was inking, which is why it looks like this. And meta, as far as I'm aware, the word just means it's about itself. And this is about my diary. So I've made a list of things I want to do in my diary, and one of them is birthday months. And I've written each month out, and I will cross them out when I've done them. So that's what that is. And it's just on a bit of scrap, so kind of looks interesting. And I'm reusing some paper before I get rid of it finally. Media, you know these. These are my media trackers. And I have recently colored in some more books that I've read. I'm surprised I'm finding time to read, but there you go. And that's my TV tracker. Also, things I have finished watching have been colored in, and some new things have been added. I've just found a new show called Better Things. It's on BBC iPlayer, and there are 4 seasons of it. The fourth one's playing now. The other 3 are up. And I watched the first episode just because it was on, and I was like, yes, yes, that looks really good. And it's funny, but it's quite like a calm sort of funny, and it's about this lady who works in voiceover. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I wonder if that is the theme throughout. I don't know, but I'm hoping it is, because that just makes it right for me. I really wasn't sure if it was an American show or what, because it had Celia Imrie in it with her English accent. It had someone else in it that sounded Australian, had someone else that sounded American, and then it looks like it does take place in America, but I don't know, and it doesn't matter. I suppose it doesn't matter, but anyway, I go on. I'm talking about TV. What else am I looking for? Oh, there's a new one just started on Sky One called Prodigal Son, and that's got Michael Sheen in it, and I love Michael Sheen, so I'll be watching that. And then I'm looking for 2 shows right now that are written by somebody that I know, and so I want to watch those as well. So they're on my list anyway, and obviously my Harvest Moon. My gaming hasn't been happening. I haven't touched my game for about 2 or 3 weeks because I have been busy with, yarny things. So I have been using this mind guide quite frequently, and I have been writing down short-term goals for Harvest Moon, and I have got most of them done, most of which finish like just as soon as I've written them down. There's something about knowing what you need and having that to refer to. So I'm really enjoying that. Lots of fun. And then this is my stars in the house list of things I want to watch on YouTube, but there's so much to watch. And my little Scentsy list of all my Scentsy wax bars, keeping track of those, and of course the shopping list. Remember this? This was a list of all the things that I had ordered online during lockdown, because I was starting to lose track of it in my head. So I've written it down, and there are a couple of things I still haven't got that I ordered in like April or May, and they're up here. One of the really, really long waits is over. I did actually get it. It wasn't till I ordered another of the same item that I actually got the first one in the post. I should be patient, right? Anyway, that's clearing up nicely. And let's see, what else? Okay, just diagrams and things. Making notes that I should have put in the writing section in the book, but I've got loose leaf sheets on it. Great. And at the back, we're nearly done. At the back is all of the months that I'm going to be using in the new year. So this is all 2021. I haven't done a thing with them, not written the month down, not written the days down, and I'm just keeping them there. And the idea is that when I finish a month, I get rid of the monthly paper and I just put the divider at the back of the diary. That's my plan. So that will be happening. The back page of this says June on it. And I do have, I have last year's, I have this from this June in there. I guess I need it to refer to, I need to refer to it for things like symptom tracking and stuff like that. If I need to go to the doctor and say, oh, I've had this since this time or whatever, I don't have a separate symptom tracker. I keep it in here. So I keep it in my weeklies and in my in my monthly layouts. So that is the end of my flip through and catch up. I kind of enjoyed this one because it's a bit of like conversational one, maybe. I don't know. Let me know if you liked it. I kind of like just little like chat ones because it's just nice to catch up and say hi. How have you been spending your lockdown? Are your kids back at school? How do you feel about that? Mine is back at school, one of them. The other one goes back next week, but is only going in for 2 days and staying home for 2 days. That's college. And my secondary school one is back in every day. So it's something to get used to, I guess. I mean, it's not much different for me, but I'm sure that those of you who have younger ones, you probably are enjoying a little bit of quiet time. So, speaking of, I'm going to go take some too. I'm going to come back next week. What with, I have no idea, but I'm probably going to need to be doing something. So I will see you next week with whatever that is. I've been Cy. This has been Plan With Me for Unravel and Unwind. And thank you again, patrons, for all of your support. I will see you next week. Bye.